So today is, what's it? Sabbath. What's tomorrow? Mother's Day, yeah. So I'm going to tell you a story about a mom, and it happened on Sabbath. How's that? So this story happened like over 50 years ago, but it's still a really good story, and it's still relevant today. You guys will enjoy it. So there was a lady, and we'll call her Miss Maria. What did I say her name was? Miss Maria, and she loved Jesus, and she loved to go to church. Now, at this time in the story, later she moved to a place called Andrews. That's a big school where they train pastors and all sorts of stuff. But when this part of the story happened, she was living in New York. Do you guys know where New York is? It's a big city, like, on the other side of the country, right? So she lived in New York, and she would go to church on Sabbath, and the church she would go to was on the other side of the city. So she'd have to take the subway from where she lived over here, and it would go all the way across to where the church was over there. You guys know what a subway is, right? We're not talking about the sandwiches, right? Okay, so she would take the subway, and which is pretty much a train that goes under the ground, and she would take it to the other place, and she would go to church. So this day, she was running late. And have you guys ever been late to church? Yeah, and you're like, your mom is trying to say, hurry up, we need to go to church, right? So she was running late. And so she leaves her apartment where she lived, and she's running across so that she could get to church quickly. And you know what happened? As she was running, she had shoes sort of like what you have, Rayson, and Mason, what you have there. She had shoes with shoelaces on them. So as she's running, her shoelace came off. And you know what she did? She knew if I keep running, what happens if you run and your shoelace is undone? You can trip, right? And she didn't want to trip in her nice dress for church, right? So she said, oh, I need to stop, and I need to tie my shoe. Now there was one thing. She was carrying her purse with her. Does your mom carry a purse? Yeah, she does. Well, in her purse, she had something special in it this Sabbath. She had her tithe and her offering that she was going to take to church. And so she put her purse down on the floor so that she could tie her shoe. She bends down and ties her shoe, and then she starts running off. What did she forget? Her purse! It's still sitting right there on the floor. And she didn't realize it. She ran off, caught the subway, got to church safely, got to church, sat down. And then, when she was in church, she realized the offering starts to come around like they just did. And she realized, oh no, I left my purse on the ground in the subway station. And you know what she did? She knew, I can't go get it now, it's too late. But then she was worried, what's going to happen to my money? What's going to happen to my purse? So you know what she did? She prayed, and she asked God, God, please keep my purse safe and keep the money in it safe, because was it her money? No, it was God's money she was taking to church. So she prayed and asked God to keep it safe. And after church, she went to some friend's house and had a wonderful Sabbath. After Sabbath was over, she said to her friend and said, let's go back and go to the subway station and ask them if they saw a purse or if anybody turned it in. So they go to the subway station and they talk to the man who worked there. And he said, oh, you can look back. I don't think you'll see it. People don't bring those things back. If there was money in it, oh, too bad, it's gone. But you can look. If it'll make you feel better, you can go look. So you know what she did? They went and they walked. And she remembered where she'd left it. So they were looking as they were walking, and they got to the place where she'd left it. What was there? Her purse was sitting exactly where she had left it. And she picks it up off the ground, and she opens it up and counts all the money, and guess what? All the money was inside her purse. Nobody had taken the money. Nobody had touched the purse even. It was still sitting right where she'd left it. Do you think she was thankful? Do you think she thanked God for saving her purse and the money in it? Oh, yeah. And do you think she took her offering and tithe to church the next Sabbath? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the next time she bent to tie her shoelace, she made sure not to leave her purse, right? Yes. And I know she thanked God many times for that and was very happy that had happened. So, does somebody want to thank Jesus for how he takes care of us too? Does one of you guys want to pray? Okay, I can pray. Can we do a say after me prayer together? All right, you say after me. Dear Jesus, thank you for Sabbath. Thank you for mothers. And thank you for taking care of us. We love you.